Alright, hello and welcome to another episode of the Bradford City Career Mode. We are on the grind of this mode, obviously, as usual. No stopping, no dropping. I was looking back at some of the older episodes, like from season 1, and it's crazy how much we've grown from there. With some of the players that we had to some of the players that we've got now. It's kind of crazy. It's pretty interesting as well. I'm probably going to keep looking back through the old ones as well, just to see how the growth has been going. But anyway, we've got a game in the round of 16 against Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup to play today. And it's a big game, and if we get through, we'll be in the quarterfinals, obviously. And we'll beat some more Premier League opposition. If you didn't see our last Carabao Cup game, we took on Newcastle and managed to beat them 1-0 away at St James's Park. But if you didn't see our last game in general, we took on Derby County and we cut it close. There was a bit of a goalkeeping shambles, if I'm being completely honest, but Derby almost clawed it back to get themselves a point, but it was 3-2 to us, thankfully, which is good. Before we go in, though, I'm going to rotate a couple of players. I said I'd give Greenwood a break, so I will do that. Or at least I'll put him on the bench anyway. Hennessy can come in. In fact, no, I had Hennessy in last game for the sole purpose that I'd have Tomori in this game to go against Premier League opposition. We'll give Sellers Nev another go, which is a big risk, to be honest. And I think that'll do it, to be honest. I don't really want to fuck around with it too much that I end up messing up and losing, to be honest. So anyone else who can play left mid, besides Jota, of course. Of course, Jota has to play it. Just in case Banks gets tired. I might have to push Kakachi up there, but Kakachi is going to come off of Virtus this game anyway, and we'll give the captaincy to Carbonero. So that's decent. Carbonero and Kakachi have been here since pretty much day one, and it's unfortunate, but I'm probably going to sell Kakachi on in the summer, and possibly the same with Carbonero, to be honest. So some younger players in, I'm not sure yet, but yeah, that's what I think that's what we're going to roll with for this game. I think that's a decent. It's not completely rotated, but there's a few players who can get a bit of time in there. I low-key want to start O'Leary over Van Dam as well, but I know how much of a midfield presence Van Dam is. So we're going to keep Van Dam there, and that's what we're going to roll with. Before we go in, let's take a look at the news. I saw Sterling, Dusan Sterling had a little interview. Star performers go to Greenwood and Todibo. Decent. But we saw a couple of interviews here. Wait, Vuters ponders Bradford future. Oh, I think he asked to play this game, didn't he? And we're going to play him anyway. But yes, regardless. Although not one of the first team names that you'd expect to find on the team sheet at Bradford City, Lander Virtus is nevertheless still a frustrated man. I'm not saying that I should play every game, but for the sake of my career, I need to get more involved in the squad rotation, or I need to look elsewhere to get some first team action. It's too early to say if this is the beginning of the end for Lander Virtus at Bradford City, but he's clearly not happy with his current status at the club. Well, hopefully he'll stay on. Dujon Sterling has spoken of his enjoyment playing under Johnson. It's great to play for the club and to play for a manager who's faith in my ability and picks me on a regular basis. I'd hate to be in a situation where I wasn't getting picked and had to watch the lads from the stand, so long may this continue. I just need to keep my form strong and trust the manager who keeps picking me. He is doing well, so I can't really say no. And we've gone to this news, which is not what I intended to do. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to head in and hope. We are at Selhurst Park. So it's going to be a bit of a difficult, a bit of a toughie, so to speak. But it should be an interesting one anyway. It should be intriguing. We've not got any other matches concurrent with ours. It's just ours. There's no goal news, no anything. So we're trying out Sellers Nev in goal again. Maybe perhaps not the best idea, but we're going with it anyway. We've got Virtus and Sterling as the fullbacks, Tomori and Todibo as the centre backs, Carbonero, Van Dam, and Anisimov as that three midfield. And if we need to bring Greenwood on, he's on the bench. Messing up my words. All of the places per usual. Banks on the left, Kloschek on the right, Haaland in the middle. So we've got quite a strong team, but we've not got our full team. Because I do want to progress, but I don't want to tire everyone out. So we'll go into it. We've got a game in 3 days against Middlesbrough, which is why I'm kind of like hesitant to tire everyone out. We'll go into it. We'll go to Selhurst Park, and hopefully we can pick up a monumental victory and go to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. I'm going to be honest. I didn't expect to go through past Newcastle, so any point from now on is just, I guess, more out of, I don't know, to be honest, how to word it. Basically, if we go through now, I'll be more surprised than anything. This will be more like unpredictable, I think. I feel like Crystal Palace might have a good team at this point. I don't know if they'll still have Zaha. Zaha might finally force his move away from Selhurst Park. I don't know, but we'll see when we get into the game, won't we? Not the best shooting drill there, which is kind of slightly worrying, but it's Carabao, so it's not the end of the world either. So we're going to be, look at Selhurst Park, full with Crystal Palace fans. That just means, look at the odds more against us. There you go, you can see the Palace fans packing the stadium, and they look like they've got some good players. I'm pretty sure that was Sacco, who they still have, I'm not sure. Here is the round of 16 bracket, though. We'll find out all the results. We know some of the results anyway, but we'll find out all the results and who we will face in the quarterfinal if we go through, or we'll find out what happens in the quarterfinals after this match, of course. I think is that I might be wrong, but isn't that Sacco? I probably am wrong. We'll see when the lineups get announced. This is the team Crystal Palace have picked. Yeah, number 12 is Sacco. Good. They've got Origi. They've got Ponce. They've got quite a strong squad, to be completely honest. They've got a couple of players on the bench as well that could cause issues, but Divock Origi. I didn't realise he'd be at Crystal Palace. They've got Kieran Trippier as well. Didn't even clock. They've got quite a strong lineup.
They're very good at it.
Just kind of concerning. Maybe I should have kept Ricardo Rossi in the net, although after Derby's game I'm not sure how well he would have done. We've given a couple of youngsters a run out. We've not gone completely youth squad mad. We've got Selhurst on there, Vutus and Anisimov. I was tempted to bring on who was it? I was tempted to bring on, what's his name, O'Leary, but I've decided to keep him on the bench for now. When Van Daan gets tired, we'll bring him on. Selhurst Park with rapturous applause. Of course, the majority of the fans here will be Crystal Palace fans. There's no shadow of doubt about that. I bet half of Bradford City fans here, or most of them, didn't expect to have to travel down to London for a round of 16 game. It looks like Zaha has moved on, because he wasn't within the starting 11 or the subs bench, and maybe he did move on a couple of windows ago and I've just not noticed. If he had moved, I probably would have announced a transfer. It would have most likely been over 30 million. So we've got a bit of passing to start off here with Palace. Bear in mind the game is still on world-class difficulty. I've decided not to switch it up. I think I'm going to leave it, just because, I don't know, I feel like it's the most comfortable one. I know it would be a bit more challenging to have Legendary, but not for this match. Oliver Banks. Could get it to Haaland, it's cleared away. And we're going to pick up the ball with Loschek. The other touchline, Anisimov. Carabao. Not a great shot, it's fallen to Banks. It's a bit scrappy, but it's away. And it could have been 1-0 to Bradford City. We've had a couple of early chances. Good momentum here. Long may it continue. They've got Ponce, who has been scoring quite a few goals, I've seen. We've also got Origi, who is an accomplished striker, and that probably by now I would say. Scored in the Champions League final, so not Champions League. Was it a Champions League final? I'm pretty sure it was. I actually don't remember. The Champions League final kind of sucked, to be honest, so it's not a memorable game. And it's also two teams that I didn't really particularly like. So. I don't know, but anyway, I think Origi scored in the Champions League final, so we're against the former Champions League final scorer. Put that in our title, clickbait it a little bit. Probably call it round of 16 Carabao Cup match or something. It's the furthest I've ever got in the Carabao Cup. We're going to win the throw here. Not got many options, so we'll just give it to Anisimov, who's tracked all the way back, which is useful, and then we'll give it to Selhurst now. We're just going to boot it, I think. That's a decent plan of action. Wait, I didn't get there? My player didn't get there? Whoa, hold on. Ponce almost just put it in, and we know it's Ponce now for sure, because the commentator says his name. Off the post, what a shot, to be fair. Selhurst was beat. But luckily for us, the post came to our rescue. I thought my player was in the position to intercept it. My peripheral vision there wasn't that good. In the end, it's a near miss for Palace. The good thing about the Carabao Cup is this is giving us a taste of what Premier League life will be like with the current team I have, which means I feel like I should probably upgrade come summertime. I feel like there's some upgrades we could make. Some players who I like, and I don't want to get rid of Carabao and Kakache and that, but they just don't grow much more. Carabao might grow a little more, but I think Kakache is almost hitting his limit. I'm pretty sure his potential is 82, and he probably will be around an 80 by the end of the season, for being real. So I don't know how much more growth we'll be able to get out of him. Haaland, though, we've got plenty more growth to get out of him. Oh, tries to lay it off to Loschek, I believe. Palace were equal to it. But yeah, once my players like reach the growth, I feel like it's time to sell them on. And as much as I like Kakachi, as much as he's been a very important part to the team, I just don't see I just don't see him growing more than his actual potential. And I feel like I get a younger, possibly better fullback in, like Ryan Sessegnon. I've been absolutely taken down for dinner there. That would be who I'd probably aim for, Ryan Sessegnon. I mean, I think he's a bit older, but he's also higher rated. And I can't keep the ball over banks, apparently. I don't know how I've struggled with that one. It was a simple touch I had to make, but there you go. Ponce try to fucking show off here. This is like his showcase. He feels like this is a showcase against Bradford City. Some of the Palace fans or players might think it's a foregone conclusion, but we have been ripping apart the Championship. I don't know where they are in the Premier League, but we've been ripping apart the Championship. And we're not going to go down without a fight, although we are going to lose possession quite easily, but that's a trademark of ours at this point. I've just accepted it. I've accepted it. Passes don't work. Possession doesn't get kept. It's just kind of what happens. It's just what it's like being Bradford City. Don't want to commit myself back out too far. Bring me right back across. Almost gets there. We do get possession out of it though, and then lose it again.
Ponce.
I'm trying to keep the shots on our goal to a minimum, because if it goes on target, most likely will go in depending on the shot. Good interception by Footers, but it wasn't the best of passes from Palace there. Carbonero, Anisimov, Hlošek out on the right, can't run the wing I don't think there. Haaland through to Carbonero. Will we see our first goal of this game? What a save from Zoe. Anisimov. Carbonero was one-on-one with the keeper and couldn't finish it off. He's got a second chance at the cherry here. Haaland's got it. It's 1-0 Bradford City. It's a bit scrappy, but it gets the job done. Carbonero gets his other shot saved, but it falls to that man again, the Norwegian sensation at the moment. He's not stopping scoring. Erling Braut Haaland on his weak foot as well. And minor away support. Well, I don't know how to phrase it, but away support with not a lot of numbers are cheering that goal. I've got to fix my mic, so hold on a second.
Then. An awful lot of green space to run into. It needs an accurate cross. And the referee says corner kick.
I'm so confused. Alright, now that my headset's decided to finally work again, it starts playing through one ear and I have to unplug it and then plug it back in again. And sometimes it just doesn't want to, it just refuses. I don't know what's up with it. Maybe it's time to get a new headset perhaps. Oh my god. Oh my god. I thought, oh, it's bounced off the post, not bounced out for a goal kick. It decided to bounce off the other post. Holy shit, we should be... I feel like possibly we should be a goal down here. Or at least they should be equal. We are get a bit of luck here. Lady Luck is definitely on our side. That's offside, perhaps. Well, it wasn't, but didn't matter anyway because the shot was so terrible that even Selhurst could grab it with no issues. Not quite the polished article as Selhurst yet, but hopefully we aim to have him as a decent backup goalkeeper. Or probably it'll be a third choice if we sign another one, but it's not fine. I could sell on Rossi and have Selhurst bump up to the second choice. I don't know. I like Rossi, but it would give us good funds.
Looking for the equaliser. Now Origi.
You guys are just passing it around, and I'm not really got much a lot. Ugh. You know what? English is a difficult language. Okay, I've not got a lot of power to stop their attacks. Hlošek played perfectly through. Oh, it's a save from Zoe. I was away. Cross is awful, and it's going to go for a goal kick, I'm pretty sure. Tried to get back into the middle after get my shot saved, but ain't going to happen, unfortunately. We're going to get half-time, though, so that'll be fine. They won't be able to equalise before the break. I don't know quite what we're replaying here, but that's just the way it is, I guess. Zoe's going to have the free kick. He's going to hit it up the pitch. Should be half time, and it is. Ponce heads it back to his teammate, and that's it for half time. We're 1-0 up when we quite simply, I don't think, deserve to be. Haaland with the goal. We've had our chances, we've had our attempts. But so have Palace, and their attempts have been closer. They've hit the post a combined 3 times, I'm pretty sure. Twice on one shot as well. But in the end, we are in the lead going into half time here at Selhurst Park. And the Crystal Palace fans are stunned. Could be witnessing another giant killing. Spurs are leading Watford 2-0. I think that's probably going to end up being another Premier League team that goes through. Although both are Premier League teams, but it's going to be another top 6-ish team that goes through. Let's take a look at the stats. Actually, I thought we were... that's interesting. I thought we were the ones that weren't in control. They're in control of possession, but we have had our chances. We've had a lot of chances, so that's a bit more reassuring. I didn't realise it was like that. Anyway, we kick off the second half here. Bradford City at Selhurst Park. A goal up against the hosts, Crystal Palace. Sterling's going to get the deflection. Oh, I thought I got for Toshek. That would have been masterful, but it did look a bit obvious the way I was passing that, didn't it? Origi onto Ponce. They've got 2 very capable strikers, and one of them might be about to break through. And he has broken through and put it wide. Ponce just can't get his goal yet. Debo got a bump around him, I guess. Couldn't get across. And in the end, Ponce just smashed it wide, which is lucky for us. I'm not sure how Selhurst would have been able to deal with it had it been on target, but we go anyway. Selhurst launching it to Haaland, who protects the ball there very well. And Nisimov. Haaland running through the middle, but Sakho's not stupid. Might be out of position a bit, but he can still get a leg to it.
Just looking ahead to another game coming up for you from the Championship.
Yeah, we're going to be at the Riverside Stadium next. Middlesbrough will host us. Travelling from London to Middlesbrough, 3 days to recover as well. It's quite a bit of a schedule we've got going on currently. Haaland, Banks. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this. I'm not, is the answer to that. Thought he's trying to turn in the defender and then take a shot on, but wasn't able to. And Ponce is a target for the goal kick.
Palace possession pretty decent, but it's just
Tomori.
whether they can convert that possession into
Van Dam.
clear-cut chances. You sense they need to pick up the pace a little.
There was a little advantage thing there, but for some reason we didn't get the free kick, which is interesting.
Doing a decent job. Hopefully the forwards can do that.
We're talking about Palace having a lot of possession, but not really a lot of chances. That's good for us. Just try and hold on, I would say. If they do score, we may have to take it to a replay, but I don't know if we'll score a second, to be honest. Okay, what? I mean, we'll take the throw. Banks, Tomori, Van Dam, finding Sterling. He's got room to manoeuvre on his right hand side. They've not got a left back here, and Sterling's got plenty of time. Back post. Oh, it's not quite what was required. Butcher's going to pick up on the ball. They're going to try and deliver something in towards Haaland. It's just wide from the beanpole. It's unfortunate. We'll give Van Dam a bit of a break for the Middlesbrough game, of course. Haaland just wide with a header. Could have very much been 2-0 there, but couldn't quite get the angle and couldn't quite get the accuracy on it to put it away for us. But that's all right. O'Leary coming on for Van Dam. Youth Academy player for another Youth Academy player. O'Leary is a guy who needs more time, to be honest. I haven't really given him the time his potential deserves. Hnu coming up for Ponce, who hasn't been able to put his goal away this game, so maybe a change up for Crystal Palace might end up getting them a goal. Gosens to Origi. Why is Sterling so far out of fucking position? Divock Origi plays it past Sterling. But the shot is wide in the end from number 7, and that's a bit of a disappointment. Roy Hodgson will not be happy with that.
Really well, didn't he? He's got in a position to score, and
Not sure who number 7 is, can't quite read the name. But Origi beat my right back there
Well, I'm pretty
too
sure the
easily, and it's a bit
manager's wondering
concerning.
how many more chances there'll be to get back
Alright,
into this
can
game.
we hold on again? We got a 1-0 over Newcastle United. Will we get one over Crystal Palace?
He's using his strength
Here's
to good
hoping.
effect.
Haaland wins the ball. Loshik getting pressured here. Gonna give it back into Haaland. Banks is asking for it through, and it could work out.
Great
And it's
opportunity.
saved.
Super goalkeeping.
Oh, I thought he would
It
maybe
was one against
finesse it. He did finesse it, to be fair, but I thought maybe he'd finesse it with his weak foot, and in the end, it didn't finesse with the weak foot, and we didn't get the goal. And Anisimov, though, beats Origi for that. And Anisimov's going to try his chance here. It's saved by Zoe again.
Relatively untroubled.
Yeah,
I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. I'm going to call him Zoe because I don't think it's Zoet,
So 20
being
minutes
honest.
to go.
We're still keeping possession. Well, not as much as Palace are, obviously, but we've still got the ball. It's important, which is vital. And that was a complicated one. I wanted Haaland to run through, and he just stood there. So I thought I'd pass up someone else, see if they'll run through. They didn't. Long story short, we didn't get a chance in the end that I wanted.
Well, Derek, just listen
The
to
Crystal
that
Palace
voice
fans are
doing
getting
everything
impatient
they
here.
can
They want an
to try and help
equaliser.
the players out.
They didn't realise that we'd be shutting them out this badly.
Couldn't keep it.
Sterling wins it back with his strength. And we can bring it away again. Banks is calling for it. Still got some energy in the tank. Tried to pass it off. I did cut round Sacco. But I tried to pass it off as soon as I did, and it didn't work out. Offside against Palace. Banks is exhausted. I can't have Greenwood on the left-hand side. That's the only thing. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can do a little bit of shifting around. If we've got any... Lebedev can play centre mid, that's fine. We'll do that then. We'll do that then. Give Lebedev a bit of action. Give Banks a bit of a rest. Put Carabao on the left. Decent run there. Decent play from me. Decent tactical knowledge. Don't know where I'm going with this. Basically, it was a good choice. Tomori, two Vooters, Lebedev, onto O'Leary. Got Hloshek in a bit of space on the right here, but I don't know if he's going to be able to create anything. Anisimov knocks it in towards Lebedev, who can't turn and shoot, unfortunately. It would have been two, perhaps, there, if he'd got on target, I don't know, but Zoe's had a good day besides the world goal let from Haaland. Lebedev across the box. Carbonero. It's blocked by my own player. Hloshek. Come the fuck on. I think Carbonero's might have had a better chance of going in if I hadn't had my own dude. I believe it was, I don't know who it was, to be honest, but one of my players was in the way of my own shot there. Oh, it should be 2-0. Zwei has kept them in this, has kept Palace in this game. Sorloth coming on for Jean. Todibo. I think it's another corner. Yeah, it is indeed. One corner for another, the commentator just said. Can we hold on to get into the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup? Todibo. Oh, unlucky, my dude. It was a decent header, but it just bounced too high. Oh, it's unfortunate. Could have been two right there. A bit more control in the header would have got us a second and security in this game, I believe, but wasn't to be. I'm trying to rest Greenwood fully, and I think I'll be able to, but we'll see what happens. We've got 7 minutes to go yet. Anything is possible. Sorloth the target. Tomori gets in the way. Tomori was a good choice. He's been decent today. Centre back experience, with Premier League experience. Was a good idea to play him. Todibo. Anisimov. We've had more possession and more shots the last 15 minutes. We've been dominating. We've been keeping them back, which is good. Hloshek. Try to get a ball in. Not quite. And it's going to be cleared. I mean, he got the ball in, of course, but unfortunate, really, that we couldn't get a second, or we can't get a second. I don't know what's going to happen in these last few minutes, but we're going to put all our team on the line here, all our bodies on the line to defend this. In case they go for go for a late equaliser, which of course it will be. That's the only thing they can do, just passing it around here, building up slowly into Mori once again with a key tackle. I absolutely love that man right now. It was a good idea to put him on Premier League experience. Ploshek's going to get stopped here. We'll give it into Lebedev, who can put it one more to Haaland. Back into Lebedev, and he scores a famous goal past Crystal Palace. That is the security goal. If it wasn't, well, it wasn't sealed up. There was no way it was sealed up. But it is now. Definitely is now. Haaland gets round the defender, lays it off to Lebedev unselfishly, and what a thumping finish from the youth academy prospect. Bringing him on just simply so Banks could get a rest, and he ends up contributing to the game. Vyacheslav Lebedev, I think that's his first goal in Bantam colours. And what a time to score it to secure our place in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. Multiple seasons now we've had no cup success. We've had cup curses, I would say, personally. We never seem to get past the first or second hurdle. But we are 2 steps away now from getting to the final of the Carabao Cup. 3 steps away, of course, from the trophy. But we once again beat another Premier League team. And at Selhurst Park, it is Crystal Palace 0, Bradford City 2. The goals came from Haaland and Lebedev right at the end there. And Haaland, obviously the key component in this match, scoring the first goal after the rebound from Carbonero's shot saved into his path, and then laying it off perfectly, unselfishly for Lebedev. Haaland maybe could have gone on his own and given it a try, get a brace there, but he's been unselfish, laid it off, and it's worked out, and we go through to the quarterfinals. Absolutely brilliant performance, and in the end, maybe not based on possession, but based on chances created, we definitely deserved it. 14 shots with 11 on target. They had 5 shots with 1 on target. 1 shot on target the entire game. 53% possession, however, for them, with a 47% for us. Man of the match, undoubtedly, going to Erling Braut Haaland, scoring a goal and assisting a goal on this day. Carbonero's assist won't count because it was a rebound off the keeper, so I wouldn't really count it as assist, to be honest, anyway. Hlošek and Lebedev with 8.1s. Hlošek a pretty key component on the right side. Lebedev, of course, scoring the second. Vutus and Tamori both putting good performances. Tamori was definitely the better of the centre-backs today. And Premier League experience coming through. And Selesnev, when he was needed, he was alright. But he wasn't really needed this game, so that's always good. Gives him a bit more experience as well. We're going to go to the post-match interview. Watford did end up losing 2-0 to Spurs, so we'll see our quarter-final draw. I'm pretty sure it's all Premier League teams, and we do see it right here. We've got... wait, do we not have a post-match interview? Did I not click post-match interview? That's my bad. Liverpool, or maybe I didn't, it's just showing us a bracket. We've got Liverpool beating Leeds 5-0. Reading lost to Man United 5-0. Spurs beat Watford 2-0, and we beat Crystal Palace 2-0. Leicester go through against Wolves, beating them 4-1. 1-0 to Chelsea, 3-1 to Man City, and 2-0 to Everton. So we'll be facing one of those lot. I must have not clicked post-match interview. I'm pretty sure I did. I mustn't have done. Oh no, here we go. That was really weird.
Time for a few questions.
I've done that before. Hopefully this save isn't corrupting itself. A comfortable win that sees your team through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. What are your impressions on the match? I'm happy with the boys. Yeah, I can't be unhappy with that. We controlled the game end to end. I think the scoreline reflects that reality. I'm happy with the boys. They did have a couple of chances where I thought, but in the end, we controlled the second half and got the win. A comfortable win after 2 goals scored by Bradford City. Do you think the game could have gone another way today? Scoreline was unfair to them. They could have maybe scored. We were the better team and deserved to win, but I still think in the end the scoreline was a bit unfair to Crystal Palace. There's lots for us to take away from this one, both positives and negatives. Trippier was one of the best players of the opposition today. I didn't even look at the opposition's ratings. I didn't even notice Trippier, to be honest. How difficult was it to find a way past Palace's defensive lineup? It was really easy, to be honest. We just played our game. We believed in our own ability. We didn't make any special plans to deal with Trippier. I didn't even notice Trippier was good. He didn't tackle me much, I don't feel. Might got Banks a couple of times, perhaps, but I don't feel Trippier was that much of a factor, to be honest. But I guess the game noticed otherwise. We've got a message here from Land of Virtues, of course we do. Hey Gaffer, I really appreciate you listening to me inform and try that again. Hey Gaffer, I really appreciate you listening to me and letting me get out there to play while I'm in form. Influential performance, you did really well. Your outstanding performance and your hunger to play will turn you into a role model for the rest of the squad. He did well on that left hand side, to be honest. When he was needed, he was there. But he isn't a starting player, unfortunately. Finland have come in with a international management offer. I don't know what management offer I will accept, but it won't be Finland. I'm sorry, lads. We would like to inquire about your interest and availability in managing the Finland national team. Please find attached the details of the offer and get back to us with your decision. We hope to have you on board. I'm sorry, Finland. I'm going to have to decline. I don't know who I would manage, though, like I said. Depending on what offer came through. But that's going to end... Well, it's going to end that game anyway. I want to quickly see if we've got our quarter-final draw ready to be looked at. Carabao Cup, quarter-final. Come on, show me. Give it to me. Give it to me. We're against Leicester. Our next game will be against Leicester. I'd say possibly the easiest team, besides perhaps Everton, to get in that draw. Which is fine. Which is fine. If Man United keep progressing and we keep progressing, we could be ready for a final with Man United. I hope that would be interesting. I low-key hope that happens, but we've got quite a way to go. We've got to beat Leicester, and then we've got to beat whoever we face in the semi-finals to get there. And obviously, Man United have to win their games as well. But it would be an interesting little final. But I think quarterfinals is an impressive mark to reach. It might be our limit, to be honest, but we've done impressive to get to this point, I think. So there are the lineups. If your favorite, there's your brackets. If your team is there, your favorite team is there, then obviously. There you go, I guess. Spurs will take on Man City at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I forgot the name of it offhand. Liverpool will be taking on Everton in the Merseyside derby at Anfield. Chelsea will host Manchester United at Stamford Bridge. And we will be going to the King Power Stadium to take on Leicester, which is going to be an interesting one. And I'm assuming that's towards the end of November, probably start December time. Let's take a quick look at the calendar and see when about it is. It is on the last day of November, so I wasn't wrong. Semi-finals probably around late December, early January, and then I have no idea when the final will be. We've got a long way to go this season, but we are having a hell of a season, to be honest. Top with only 2 points dropped in the Championship. Quarterfinals in the Carabao Cup. Haven't kicked off the FA Cup yet, but possibly could get a run in that tournament as well. I see big things happening here for Bradford City. Big things indeed. But that's going to end another episode of the Bradford City Career Mode. A 2-0 win against Crystal Palace. Haaland opening the scoring and Lebedev closing it, as you can see on the news story there on the big screen on the right side. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys have enjoyed. We're going to hopefully keep going with our Carabao Cup run as long as we can. And that will happen very, very soon. But up next, though, we are going to go to the Riverside to take on Middlesbrough. So I'll see you for that.